Good morning, everybody. It's Yankee Wally here. I'm going to keep this down to 15 minutes, but somebody gave me a tip in the comments today. Because I'm speeding it up, you can go into your settings on YouTube, settings, and it says speed, and you can slow it down again. So isn't that wonderful? I didn't even think of that, and that's a wonderful. So I forgot your name, but thank you. Anyway, here's the latest news. Hunter Biden has been found guilty of lying about his drug use in order to buy a gun. Now, let me tell you, guns and drugs don't mix. That's been proved time and time and time again. Drugs and mental illness. Sorry, guns and mental illness don't mix. It's common sense. And I don't think that Hunter Biden's parents kept an eye on him enough. I know he's old enough to know better and stuff like that, but my God, he was going haywire. If you look, there's a webpage and it's called www.hunterbidensLaptop.com. I went on there once and I wished I hadn't. I lost a lot of respect for the Bidens as a family. Yeah, they've lost a son, I know that, and they've had their fair share of tragedy, but that's no excuse for Hunter to behave like a plank. He's the Harry of the family, obviously, because Harry's going to have trouble. His drug use is going to come back to bite him visa way, and perhaps that's why Hunter Biden is being so kind to Harry, but Donald Trump won't. Anyway, he hasn't been sentenced yet, but he could get up to 25 years, though they very much doubt it. And he's got another case to answer to. I can't quite remember what that one was now, but that's coming up on the 5th of September. So he's got his sentencing, which will be in about 3 months. And then he's got another court case on the 5th of September. And if you know this, being Americans, I think the election, or the whatever you call it, is in November the 5th, something like that. So this is going to, anybody with, any foresight, this is going to seriously affect the public's view of Mr. Biden in the run-up to the elections. And not only that, I'm not a Liberal Democrat and I'm not a Republican. I'm not even American. But with his dementia and his son, I don't think that he's the person. I mean, crikey, you've got 360 million people over there. And I'd say 10% of them are probably geniuses, professors, and people with a strong moral backbone. Surely to goodness you can find somebody better. It doesn't have to be Donald Trump. But at the moment, I think that you'd be mad to have him as president again. Anyway, that's enough about that, my political views, because I'm not American and I have no right to have any views. But as a mother and a gun-toting brothel keeper, I've got an opinion on guns. Of course I have. It was only an air gun. Anyway, let me just show you something now. I think we're going down again. This is an account that's been plaguing Fiona for a long time. Never so much with me, and I've done my best to keep out of it because I'm already skating on very thin ice. But here we go. 3 hours ago now, her, has found my YouTube private channel, and I don't know how. And they've got the last video, even put a link up to it. And it says Sadie Quinlan is on yet another ban evasion where she's set up channel number 9 or 10, trying to circumvent the ban and make videos unlisted. Can we all take a moment and report this ban evasion? Has anyone noticed how she speeds up her voice to avoid detection? See what I mean about lies and how they can twist things, gaslight? Why do I speed up my voice? Because I go over my 15-minute limit. I've just mentioned that. I'm trying hard not to do that now. I'm only at 4 minutes. You lose track of time when you're talking, and I go over up to usually about 19. So it's not to avoid detection at all. My videos have been taking 3 days to upload. But anyway, it's Team YouTube and 2 others, which are probably YouTube and YouTube creators. There you go. I would appreciate a human answer this. It is making a mockery of YouTube terms of service, and it's highly demoralising for ordinary creators who follow the rules. This is the ban evading channel in question, Yankee Wally, Sadie Belinda Quinlan, in brackets Lions. And there's, yeah, I think that is actually from Patreon, isn't it? No, that's my tweet. That's a tweet. That's a tweet. I don't know how I don't think they've got onto my Patreon yet. I don't think so, because they wouldn't spend money on me. Dear Team YouTube, you've removed several ban evasions by Sadie Quinlan, who was initially banned for copyright strikes. I didn't have any copyright strikes. Not one. There was one that they gave me from Red Soul Fan going back years. I think you remember Red Soul Fan. I sent her a letter, a court letter, which got to her, freaked her out, but apparently the court was mad with me because I wasn't allowed to send court letters outside of UK, but it's still on record in the court, and they're annoyed with me because they've got to keep it on record and they don't deal with outside UK, but nevertheless, it's on record. Handing the link out on Patreon to avoid reporting, and I don't know what they got there. That's a picture. Speaking of, could Team YouTube please explain why this woman is on ban evasion number 6? I think it's number 10. She took all her other ban evasions down. I didn't, they did. She is relentless, and it undermines creators' confidence in how YouTube upholds decisions and YouTube terms of service. This channel that is ban evading, Yankee Wally, aka Sadie Quinlan, is on ban evasion 9 or 10 now. All ban evasions have been orchestrated and promoted by Fiona Hesketh, the YouTube channel Avid Gardener. So they're throwing her under the bus as well now. Sadie Quinlan, Yankee Wally, as per YouTube emails, she posted banned for copyright strikes and has since refused to follow YouTube's decisions. It's pretty recently you took YouTube ban evasion number 5 down. Those screenshots there were actually, they were true. And it said YouTube had apologised to me and said they've removed the copyright strike. It was only one, and it was to do with using Red Soul Fans, you know that little circle thing you have on Twitter where your name is, you know, either a picture of you. I used that. And that was, and she reckons she owned the artwork to a red shoe. So anyway, they realised then the stupidity of it, and they apologised and took it down. That's the only one I ever had, and it disappeared. So when you look at that, it looks as if I'm trying to, no, I didn't have a copyright strike. And that's it. So I think, oh, hang on, let me just check the time. 8, oh God, it's great. It's great. Great. Yeah, I can't even keep track of time when I'm talking. I want to make these so that they cut me off at 15 minutes so that I don't go over again. But like that lady said earlier, if I do have to speed it up to fit it in, because if it's 15 minutes and 1 second, YouTube will not upload it. They won't look at it. And if it's 2 minutes and 1 second for the header for Patreon, they won't take it. It's all done. So I've got to speed it up to cut it down, you see. I'm not doing it so that you don't detect my voice. My voice is the only thing about me that's unique, I suppose. You know, everything else, I mean, I'm fat, I'm old, I'm going grey now. I got false teeth, but they are nice. Anyway, we were talking tonight, Fiona and I, about keeping your wits about you and being open-minded to subliminal messages that come through to you. You know, sometimes when you meet somebody and you look at them, for some reason, you might just get a feeling. It's like your dog would. Dogs act on their inner feelings. We don't. We suppress them because we think, oh, that's rude. I mustn't judge a book by its cover. But the days that you do get those feelings about people, you really got to act on them. You've got to trust your instincts. And as far as me and even Fiona, when we're telling you things, you mustn't ever agree with us just because we said it. Don't ever agree with anything I say, not unless it fits with your own reasoning and your own common sense. Because that's all I've got. I'm not a fake psychiatrist or a fake therapist. I'm nothing. But I've lived a very full life, and I think for even though I lost all my money in the parlour, I mean it was unfair what happened. But when I look back on it now, and I think that for 13 years I put up with a lot. I ducked and dived and dodged guns, and I had a screwdriver put through my neck. I fell off that ladder and bashed my carotid artery, and that was serious. I almost died there. And things like that. But also dealing with people and having to deal with people. And even though you don't like them, you've got to be very, very, very diplomatic and, things like that. And the lessons that you learn from the horrible things that happen to you is a priceless lessons. They're priceless. So people that are old really deserve a lot more respect than they get, because I realise now just how wise my grandmother was, and how much stress she wouldn't be stressed, but how much I must have given her problems, when I'd go off on my own, and because I was always a little bit stubborn and things like that, set in my ways. But I always had a good heart, a very good heart. But sometimes, even having a good heart, you can't always show your good heart to people that will take advantage of it or belittle you because of it. So sometimes you can only hold back from even saying you don't like somebody. It's a hard world to navigate, the world today. It's getting worse as well. I don't mind saying it. We're looking now at countries getting invaded by lazy people who, instead of wanting to rebuild their country and make it good again, like we did and you did after the Second World War when we had the Blitz in London. I mean, we didn't go diving off to Syria and look for an aid package and look for a house and look for some money. We stayed put and we rebuilt until it was rebuilt. That's the sort of strength that comes with winning a war the hard way. The hard way. Those are the lessons that these veterans can teach us. And I think that never underestimate yourself. Never. Sometimes you get a feeling, maybe it's when your daughter wants to go out late and she wants to go somewhere and you just don't like it. For some reason, there's something. Act on it. Do it. Always trust your guts. Always trust your instincts. My instincts are very good as far as YouTube are concerned. And I can see, I hate to say this sounds like I'm being boastful, but I can see an apology coming my way. I've sent the letter, the rough copy, to Fiona tonight and asked her to go over it. And she said she's tired now and she'll concentrate on it better tomorrow. So that's a good thing. And she will, and she'll put me right. And then hopefully my cartridges will arrive from eBay tomorrow. And I've only got yellow paper. Oh, and I've got some envelopes arriving from Asda tomorrow because I didn't have any bloody envelopes. And I've got stamps, but I don't know how much the postage is for America. But I'll put a load on. I'll just put loads on, and then I'll write Par Avion in the top left-hand corner, like French, And then I'll get my red and blue biros and I'll do little things around the white envelope. I do that normally with airmail. If I haven't got an airmail envelope, we just get a red and blue pen, do one, all around, and that's it. So, don't be surprised if the channel goes down. Let's celebrate that it's going down. It's okay, because this is the part of life. This is the learning lesson, and we are learning it. It's okay. I'm going to come back stronger than ever, and I would never do anything to deserve a copyright strike, or to have, no, I wouldn't do anything, or to be banned. I never should have been banned, and I'm going to stick to my guns, and I will keep on and keep on and keep on, and I'm not giving up. Because I've done nothing wrong. Now, if I was guilty, do you really think I'd have the guts to keep coming back and telling you this? Well, I wouldn't have the guts. Listen, I keep looking at the time. I gotta go. I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow. Cheerio!